Oh, I saved it, no. Hold on. Save it after that.
The dusty radio computer sleeps on its wired.
We have one of these down at the station, but
The machine lights up. It's empty. The filament you have, like a behind the hatch, sits above. Oh, the stack.
Good afternoon. The filament you have inserted is good.
You should ask her for a hint.
No.
I'm afraid we...
Now, can you please...
That sounds... Don't...
Fortress accident. Is there anything else? Fortress. Any other... I will...
Oh, doesn't it get lonely? That's...
Now, please tell me if there's anything saying...
Tile behind the hatch sits a cube like the filament slides out.
Right. What the hell killed me?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing...
Seems like an old bunker from the river. There is, yes.
Your hand reaches deep.
Are these in it?
Most of them. Take it.
That's a rare sight. Seems to know. It means there are
He
people.
likes this find.
Right. I don't know how to avoid dying again. Little help. That's the breaker. Then I added the t-shirts.
Two cape. Don't rip the red one out.
Right, okay.
A thick layer. Looks like this furnace has a face.
Looks like no one has used it in a...
It's...
What are you... Wait, really?
It feels safe to... This sounded real. A lush... You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai. 3D.
What are you... Please wipe your face clean, officer.
These three
And this protects... Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Right. That's what I'm up to. I don't like that. I can just die randomly of a heart attack. Seems silly.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper-carnivore. Be careful. The lieutenant doesn't. A gust of freeze. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. The shelves are empty. All you see are a friendly cartoon bear. You pocket the note.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further.
Good question. I know. What is even...
The fridge buzzes. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets at...
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct. Someone has scribbled. S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important.
Someone who owns a radio computer? My guess is as good as yours, officer. It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape.
It's like the production schedule you found. Only this one's an off-site.
Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it. He'd probably try... I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fruit.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
I didn't know. It's next to the... What's that doing? What the hell have I missed that?
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying. Like it's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
What the hell is going on?
What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
Well, let me go to my inventory.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top.
Is that a joke?
And an
3%.
electric freezer that appears to be frozen. The ice squeaks beneath. You see the pry bar's metal handle bending.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it. But this ice cream maker is frozen I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't...
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in...
Fair enough. Well, that's that done then, isn't it? I got a gun, didn't I?
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. Your flashlight, some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make... This old diagram, for some radio frequencies, is unclear. It looks like a cardiac... You think so? Looks like a surveillance program. Someone, the leader, whoever decided all of this...
My God, the schedule. I know...
Nothing. It's just line.
Right, I don't know where I'm gonna get this password. Oh, there's more.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games, but I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little...
Indeed, those Welkins, no idea. They stopped. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... It's too late. Okay, let's keep moving.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. What an odd thing to do. Nothing, still nothing. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we should ask the lady...
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop. I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape. Just a door? This place is cursed, Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for... I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the door, the curse is coming to get me as well. Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman. All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set up. Before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity? You did? Then it has to be true. I've suspected that this woman-shaped energy must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you see that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, I've heard that. It's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains upstairs. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it.
If you're really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the furnace. Maybe you could yell into it or something.
Despite his cool, the lieutenant's interested in solving this mystery too.
Okay, but please, only a few... It's not good to talk about the curse.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable...
The curse. It's the curse.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie...
Sounds familiar.
truly so? Perhaps the dark energy. Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of there are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the yes, the Simonese are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards
The woman before you scans the Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Yes, guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop. Yes, impotent rage and lamentation. Let's wrap it up? No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin to wow. Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you then.
It's no idea what the hell. Oh. Listen.
Yeah.
No
Again.
response. He just arches his brow. A moment passes. The lieutenant.
I haven't thought yet. That's violence to a skill is why a right sense of my commits to kill. I'm so right on that squad. What I'm doing?
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter. You've awakened the entity.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs.
You hear a low rumble upstairs.
After you, officer.
Sounds good. Oh, that was downstairs, was it? Alright, I see. That was upstairs, so I'm going here. No, I'm going up.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of dye are you looking for?
Ride or die for the squad.
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
for 50 pounds of my main favorite meals. This is a creamy lemon chicken with mayonnaise. It's so good, and it's so easy to make. So I just started off with seasoning my chicken for until it reached the internal temperature. Just added in my minced up garlic and then chicken broth with lemon juice. And then you just want to scrape them onto the pan to get all that goodness that's at the bottom. And I throw in my heavy whipping cream, and then I throw in my yolkies. You want to make sure that you fully submerge them, and then you're just going to bring it into this light little bubble, just like.
Hold the phone, is that Champions League today? Damn son, it is. Okay.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why mostly they just teach you to swear in different languages. But I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need.
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really, and take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
This person means you, or no one else. Absolutely no harm. She will answer freely.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players is...
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Nothing.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a... The lieutenant looks at his notebook.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer to. I might have, but in this case, all I would have... It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get it. Well, there's always something going on in the world. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of...
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful...
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a make...
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her.
Creative.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say you could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a meat.
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about...
The jig is up. The she-demon knows time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
So I'm the Grand Dragon in the cave. Might I ask what supports this claim? Oh my, you better call the exorcists. Of course. How convenient. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the...
Plaisance needs to hear about this. Perhaps if you combine your psychic energies, you will make sense of the situation.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific? Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
Me neither. I just wanted... It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemiteps Boxing Club. Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mask? I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't.
You should have known it.
Eventually, the coalition took away the fun. Oh, this one's a mess. Turns out, the business was actually set up and they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people...
What does she mean?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed.
Good luck with that. It's not easy, Cat. You mean Mr. Fab...
But what drugs exactly?
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to any...
Even you can probably do better. You can almost see it. A small, sickly old man, hunched behind his work desk. His pants stained with oak.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection, and you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest kite, and, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. At least it had some spark to it. Most young designers just...
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the...
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a... Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is. Sure, it's illegal, but it's not exactly anything extraordinary in business. Besides Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. They certainly took their work very seriously. Even if they seemed the usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the... Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest. Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to...
She's right. Showing up to work on time. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
And so is producing something extraordinary.
Something strains her face before she...
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revo Show ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other. There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their board.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. And they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. Eventually, Ravishow ICT lost the price war to its rival. Class A 5,000. Class A 5,000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents apiece. Out of regular fridges. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision being
scary, but cool.
Megatherium, a mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast by telling you to do more.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved.
Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Outside it's light. Light scatters from the low hang.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for... Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about that's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the...
If the Whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Dune commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism...
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kid?
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity. Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it's still... Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else? I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit.
Anti-object task force. Behold, the anti-object task force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the darkened one. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have...
Okay. Okay. Let's go back to Pleasance.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in a novelty dice maker. Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the sorcery?
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
A third order presence.
A great dark relief.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in public. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best, and may the Lord be with you.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence...
Yes. The venture continues.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
Right. Well, I guess that's some progress. Not sure in what. But it's definitely some progress.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left.
Why can't I find a map? Right, that'll do for now.